My name is Philip Green, from Jamaica, Queens, Springfield Gardens, more precise. I've been living here since 1955, where my father bought the house, and I've been going to Montebello Park from the 60s when it was first built. I played basketball there, I've coached basketball there, and I was part of the first Old Timers Day. That's what it was called when we first started it. Two gentlemen, one named Benny Curry, the other named Charles Tiny Thompson, decided that the guys from Laurelton should verse the guys from Springfield. And that's where we had one game on a Sunday in August of 1984.
How you doing? This is Mac, man. Everybody know me as McNasty Mac from Jackson. I play ball for Jackson. I started in the backcourt. Now, how did the Bello start? People don't know. About 90-some% of the people don't know how it started. It started with me and Benny Mosley. Me and him had a problem with each other. So our assemblywoman, Cynthia Jenkins, got us together with a guy named Jackie Wilson and said, y'all play instead of fight. So it started off as Laurelton Springfield games, and it grew from there. And out of that grew into this mega entertainment, or whatever you want to call it.
My name is Anthony Sykes. I'm friends with Walter Mosley and Marcel Mosley. These have been my lifelong friends. Yes, and they're talking about Bello Day, and yes, I played in all 30 games. The first game me and her brother played in was in 1982.
Having something like this and seeing the kids' face so they can continue the tradition going on. That's it. That's what we wanted to start it. You know?
With the Bello, Sundays, that's when everything was popping. It was maturity, everything was organized. We stayed after a certain time to about 1 o'clock at the Bello, safe, and everything like that.
My name is Mario Niccolo. I started coming to Bello Day in 1984. I used to go to Andrew Jackson High School, and the bus used to stop me here, and I used to come to this park, see the crowd, and then that's when I started coming in here.
My name is William Breyer. I started coming to Bello Day more than 30 years ago, so you'll have to do the math.
My name is Wu-Tang. I started to come to the Bello when I was about 8 years old.
My name is Red. I started coming to Bello Day since it started, its inception. I'm from the hood. I'm from the Bello. Small court.
Oh man, my first experience at Bello Day was like, you know, you hear the word, because back in them days, you know, there was no Facebook, no Twitter, nothing like that. So you hear it from word of mouth in the street. Or you could be walking down the street, because we wasn't driving, we was in high school. Walking down the street and you hear boom, 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 boom. You know, either way, you would just say, oh, they jamming in the park. So here we go, you know, going on our mission. And once you see, you know, you see the speakers stacked up, the crowds in the field or whatever, that's when it's like, okay, it's like showtime. It's showtime. You know, especially for me, because, you know, I'm Johnny Quest, DJ.
Hi, my name is Larry Love, and I'm here to tell you that the Bello Day is the most inspirational day or anything that we have in our community today. Not just for the old timers, but for the youth as well. And we must bring back the Larry Love Handball Classics to have that competition, that handball, that gloveless game, right here on the courts at Montebello Park.
My name is Walter Hughley. Everybody know me by Junie. I started coming to Bello Day in 1976. I was probably like about 12, 13, and I started playing basketball for my first coach over here, Phil Green, and we was playing for citywide tournaments, and our name of our team was Future Stars. And my backcourt partner was Richard Anderson. He was known as Meathead, and we had Big Fred Burton. We was ahead of our time, really, because all them guys, we was so good. If it was this day and time now, we would have been in the pros.
Hi, I'm Rich Pierre.
And my name is Mike Akins.
This man's one of the founding members of Bello Day. This park is actually split down the middle between Springfield Gardens and Laurelton and Rosedale. So we used to meet up here just to challenge guys from across the other neighborhoods, and had ongoing arguments from time to time, I guess for about, what, 4 or 5 years? Yeah. For years, I guess. Mm-hmm. And then we just decided one day, they said, you know what, well, you get 10 guys and we get 10 guys, and we'll meet y'all here.
The game was against the Soul in the Hole team. It was 2 Montebello teams. One was in the Soul in the Hole tournament, the other was in the Centennial tournament.
Centennial Park out in Long Island.
Out in Long Island. And we wanted to play a game against those two. We made it the third Sunday in August.
Yep.
And we had a good crowd that day. And it's developed to what it is now.
Right, 30 years later.
Bello Day is what we do. It's our 30th anniversary. We got Kurt over here.
Yes, sir.
We got Kojak over here. This is like 3 generations up here. I'm an OG here. I'm the 60-year-old man.
I ain't that old. I'm, you know what I'm saying, years old.
No brothers of Bello, we here, you know. The future. I think that the most important thing for Bello Day is to take it back to the family. For a while, we got away from family.
This is what I think. I put it on the men, and I put it on the women to trust that, man, we not might be together. Trust me to take my child to the park.
Bello Day means family, because regardless of what goes down, we come together and we do what we're supposed to do for our community. It's always a good look to see people you haven't seen in a long time, but, you know.
My name is Lorenzo Nichols. My most memorable experience at Bello Day is the camaraderie of friends that you play basketball with, just the connection that you have with friends that are still around, because we have a lot of them that are not here. So you have a chance to reminisce on the good and the bad. So that's a wonderful thing about Bello Day.
My name is Howard Robertson. I started coming to Bello Day over 10 years ago. And every time I've come, it's been a great experience. It just keeps getting better and better and better every year, because this gives us an opportunity to see folks that we haven't seen in 15, 20, 30 years. And so every year we make it a point to come out, because you never know who you're going to see. Good friends, teachers, mentors, folks that you mentored, guys that you played basketball with. So it's just a wonderful experience.
My name is Derek Benjamin. I started coming since 1984, the first day that it actually happened. Benny Curry, Charles Thompson are the first creators of this day. And I've been doing this ever since.
Anthony Mason was from Springfield. He played in the game. You know, he went on to play with the Knicks. A gentleman named Calvin Bruton, he was from Springfield. He went on to play, to win a gold, not win a gold medal, but played on the Australian Olympic team, because he went overseas to play professional basketball. We've had, you know, many a college player. I just can't name them all right now off the top of my head, but we've had many a college player play in the game. Skip to my Lou used to live right across the street from the Montebello Park, you know, so he was always been in the park. But back then he wasn't Skip to my Lou. Back then he was just Rafe Austin.
There was Pepper from Salt and Pepper. Okay. There's been like organizations that promoted affairs in the park back in the days, Orlando Productions, you know, Herbie Lovebug and the Super Lovers from East Elmhurst. You know what I'm saying? Big Daddy Kane.
You know, it was just something totally new to me, to see all these rappers that I see on TV and listen to their song, and they're in my park, in my neighborhood, performing and, you know, doing all this. LL Cool J, Grandmaster Flash, Biz Markie, Steady B. There's a lot of rappers.
Because I'm a hip-hop head, my most memorable Bello story is when Redman came to the park. Before he was signed, Biz Markie brought him through, he got on the ones and twos and tore it down. Anybody that was there knows what I'm talking about.
Bello Day is the foundation of all things in existence. My name is Shalik Deshaun Robinson, and Bello Day means more alcohol, more fun, a lot of family and friends, good food.
You know, you come in here, everybody know you. I feel like Obama, you know what I'm saying? Shaking hands, slapping five, I'm ready to get on the turntable, so I gotta show them what I know, you know what I mean?
The greatest to me was 1990. That's when we added the 6 foot and under game. We added the park game. We call it a park game. Was anybody 25 or under could have played that game. We had a 6 foot and under old timers game, a regular old timers game, and an all-star game. And it was 4 games. Everything went terrific. We didn't need security, anything. Everything just went well.
What Bello Day means to me is seeing everybody I grew up with, people from public school, well, when I used to go to school, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like this guy right here, I grew up with him.
How you doing? Gordon Scott. Everybody know me from Westgate. I got almost 43 years here. Bello. Grew up in this park. That's why I'm here every year. Come see the people I grew up with.
Well, I want to give a shout out to everybody. One person in particular, Bob McDonald. He was the person who ran this park during the time when I was a young person, 12 years old. So we're going back over 50 years. And he was the guy that made sure that, we had a clean park to play in. Everything was organized. There was no fighting, no bullying, no gangs, nobody getting high in the park. It was just a great experience. So I would like to give a shout out to Bob McDonald. I understand that he's retired now, and he's living over in the Bahamas. As far as me, in terms of what I want to say in terms of my personal life, I'm a retired warden from the New York City Department of Correction. And prior to my retirement, I had care, custody, and control over some of New York's most notorious drug kingpins, murderers, and gang members. And while I was working, my goal was to help the young men adjust to what I call institutional living, and helping them to adjust to or develop, I should say, socially desirable habits so that when they were discharged, they stand a better chance on not coming back. And now that I'm retired, my goal is to keep them from entering the criminal justice system altogether. And so I have an anti-violence program that's geared just to do just that. And the program is great, and all the reviews are being so positive, I decided to write a book. The name of the book is The 411 on bullying, gangs, drugs, and jail. And I wrote the book because I knew this would give me an opportunity to reach more young people, not just here in New York City, but throughout the entire country. And so any young person who reads that book, they're definitely going to get something positive out of that book. And so we encourage folks to go out and buy it for their students. Teachers, go out and buy it for your students.
You got Mikey D, of course. You got DeWitt, the amazing DeWitt, the DC crew. You got even Grandmaster Vic came through a few times, back in the days. Kid Quick, because it used to be like, the Southside Posse used to come here too, It was no really regional thing, it was no one DJ. If you wanted to bring your set out and come in here, you could set up. Infinity Machine, DJ Divine. Oh man, it's so many DJs. Ken Do, I can name so many more, man. And it became like a show. It's like a Fresh Fest and Summer Jam. It was like that. It got bigger and bigger. More people heard about it.
I was born over here almost every day when Aaron Lover lived on 140th right here. And I appreciate it like the camaraderie. Giving you, man, you bash somebody to the ground, you pick them up. It's not a beef, it's not a fight. We got one of the best hoods in this entire East damn coast, okay?
Another memorable moment I have is when 3 kids got shot out here. Had nothing to do with Bello Day, had nothing, they was not in the park. It happened outside the park, but it seems like they blamed us for it.
The media.
Unfortunately, the media.
The media.
Right. And that was when you see 3 kids laying down, dying, it takes a toll.
It's very emotional. Yes. Yeah, it takes a toll on you. And I think that was the year you was kind of iffy the next year about even happening.
Right.
But it means so much to so many people. We got people that come from out of state. As most of the people know, there's no more Springfield Gardens High School, so people from Springfield Gardens use this as a reunion, as a homecoming, as things like that.
Well, not only Springfield Gardens, but Jackson High School, which is no more Jackson High School, and August Martin.
Right.
They come up here too.
So all 3 community schools kind of come up here every year and meet and greet.
Bello Day 2014, as you see what's going down each and every freaking year, all right? The 3rd Sunday in August, all right? I'm Tape Master B, as we do, as like we used to. Back in the days, 231, right down the block with the stupid booming system, all right? Yep, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Hi, my name is Monica, and yes, I am an AJ Knight, and this is my 2nd time here, but I feel like I've been here for years. It's very nice, and boy, oh boy, the scenery is great.
I'm gonna tell you something. Bello Day is what I expect now. Well, at one time we gave scholarships out. Mr. Gooden, before he passed.
Cal Gooden, who died in 9/11 attacks. Calvin Gooden Jr. He used to give out scholarships.
Right.
Maybe we can get back to that one day.
We go back to that, yes.
You know?
Yes.
But that was a beautiful thing. We'd send kids to college and things like that.
Mhm.
But I think what I would like to see for Bello Day, because as you can see by the gray hairs on his face, I don't know if mine are showing up on camera, but we really need somebody to come in and pass the torch to. We haven't had that yet. I think the only brother is Mario.
Right.
And he's getting to be our age. So we really need some of these young bucks to step up and carry this torch, because I want to come back to this when I'm 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, God willing. If I'm able to come back, I would like to come back and enjoy the day.
Yo, how you doing? This is Seagull from Montebello Park. This is Bello Day. 31 years of this. Yo, I look forward to this every year, yo.
Bello Day means to us that we can go and play, and we can eat, and we can do whatever we want, and here's the next speech.
Well, the best thing about Bello Day is you get to see how much fun
and you get to play.
How much fun it is to see like basketball games.
Hey, my name is Cecil Lee. Bello Day is one of the great events. I'm seeing people and family and friends, which I haven't seen in years. We come back and gather, have a good time, and just see our little ones, kids and families.
My name is Glenn Brown. I've started coming to Bello Day since 1972. And I've been coming here ever since. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody in Lawton on 233rd Street, which is my crew. And I'd like to give a shout out to all the old school DJs like Funk Machine DJs, Ultrasounds, and the Parker Brothers, and all the other DJs that came by like DJ Al and his brother DJ Conrad, and all the other old school DJs that's out here. And a big shout out to Loretta.
Hi, my name is Patricia Gregory, and I've been coming to Bello Day since I was a teenager. And the best Bello Day I had is today.
My name is Princess, and I've been coming to Bello Days for many, many years, since it first started, actually, and I enjoy every year.
What's up? Happy Bello Day, everybody.
Yeah, that's what we do in the Bello. Happy Bello.
What's up now? Happy Burger. Burger. It's Burger. Wash man. That's the wash man.
Yeah. Happy Bello Day to all, man. It's good to see all these brothers that we haven't seen in so many years. Peace.
Well, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is Uncle Twist, a.k.a. Chef Shells, coming to you live and direct from the Bello. And I'm here, and I'd like to say for the 30th anniversary, I'm glad that I was a part of it. I mean, I won't be here for another 30. Thanks a lot for having me, and I'm gonna be back. All right, guys. Love you much.